Cooling, brother, cooling. And Breeze in the background, chilling.
Hello. Hello, people.
Yeah, this summer it literally started hot on flames, like humidity, everything, like movements. So what's the new, brother? What's new?
Man, what isn't new? I don't know. Life's weird. Always has been.
Life is like, imagine life as a sitcom. So every day is a different episode.
Yeah.
So you can't even call it. So as long as you stick with the game plan and you stick with the core process of the episode and whatnot, and just keep growing and learn different things, you'll be all right.
Yeah, you'll get there.
Yeah, make the best of it.
Exactly. That's what we try to do every day.
Yeah.
But no, what's really new since the last time I've been here, that was when we dropped Aquarium.
Yeah.
That's been doing numbers and people are enjoying the project.
Nice.
We're seeing a lot of new faces, a lot of new people on board. So that's cool. Filmed a couple music videos for that, so expect those soon. Started my next album as well, which I'm really excited about. And then on top of that, I'm moving, so I'm moving out of state.
You're just moving 2 hours away.
Yeah, it's nothing crazy, but
New York, 2 hours away.
Yeah, moving to New York. I've been in my hometown forever, and it seems like I just keep getting shows and work out of New York, so it's just like, let's try it out. Like, I've been in the same spot forever, like, let me just see what life does over there.
The number one thing I will say about New York, because I have a best friend that lived there, and family, save your money.
Oh yeah, I'm be broke.
Prices are going to go up. No, you're not going to be broke. You're just going to be...
New York broke.
Yeah. I was just going to say, Monday through Friday, definitely be frugal. Weekends, ball out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, for those of you that don't know you, for those out there who don't know you, like myself, I just met you today. Tell us, like, who you are, what you do, from the beginning.
Oh man.
Let's go.
I'm Dutch the Dreamer.
Okay.
I am a wild psychedelic ball of madness and energy.
Do you guys see his shirts?
Okay.
He literally has Alice in Wonderland.
I also had it tattooed on me, so
That's
I'm
classic though.
It's my favorite book and movie.
Yeah.
But no, I'm just a kid, well, an adult now, but still basically a kid, but who's experiencing life, and I just happened to make a lot of mistakes when I was younger, and so by the time I got to this age, I was kind of already well versed in some ways of the world, and when I was 18, I decided that I was going to pursue music as a career. I've been doing it ever since, and it has been like the most insane journey you could imagine. So,
How old are you right now?
24. I just turned 24 last week.
Oh yeah, so you're young. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's
24.
He's right now living life, and the crazy thing about it is, it just started. It just started. Like,
and that's how I truthfully feel though too. For a while, like my age 23 was one of the hardest ages I think for me, because it was like a transition of like, am I an adult? Am I a kid? Responsibilities, like all these things that I didn't understand were starting to really come into full effect. And for a while I was feeling like, 24, you gotta grow up. You can't do an art. You can't be a rapper anymore. You can't be a rock star.
No.
But then, but then I had an interesting conversation. I don't know if anybody's familiar. She's worked in the industry forever. Her name's Carly Hustle. She's out in New York. She did the Hot 97 stages for a while, the Up Next stages. And she does a podcast. I just hit her up one day. She was doing it about age, and it was called 40 is the New 20.
Yeah.
And like literally, it just like, is that same week I was feeling like, maybe this isn't for me. Maybe I'm too old. Maybe, it seems like the young kids have it. And then I messaged her. And just kind of told her my thoughts.
What you just said?
She wanted to smack me.
Yo,
she was like,
dude. Hold on. Repeat what you just said. It's for the young kids, and you're 24.
Yeah.
But you know what that shows? Dude. That shows that your maturity level is maybe ahead of your age. For you to feel like that.
I do think so, yeah, because like I said, I was put in a lot of situations when I was younger where like I couldn't be a 16-year-old kid. I couldn't be a 15-year-old kid, like, because if I had acted in that age mind frame, my life would have been ruined.
Right.
Yeah.
So I had to step up, and like then being 24, I was like watching my friends have kids, and like people are moving away, and like people are getting these jobs and buying houses, and I was still there like hanging out at a recording studio till 4 in the morning. But then I realized that I love it so much that there's like, why would I ever deny myself that? Like,
and also you got to remember, everybody's journey and process is different. So
yes, absolutely.
Like, to keep it real with you, I didn't know till maybe 25, 26 that I was going to be a DJ. I did not know that. I thought I was just going to go to college, go work for ESPN, do a bunch of stats, travel, talk to like different athletes. No, that was not the game plan.
Yeah,
like
that
was a bigger, huh?
That sounds like fun though.
That is fun, but there was a different journey for me, because when I realized, okay, something's blocking that, but for some reason I keep on getting gigs, I keep on doing more events, parties, showcases, and then it's having me travel state to state in a sense.
Yeah.
You know, it was a different route.
Yeah, absolutely. And I feel like you never really know what it is until you're in it. And then when you're in it, you have that like self-realization of like, this is it. Exactly. Before this, I was just like, I'm just gonna go to the military.
Wow. But something blocked you from going to the military, right?
Yeah.
See?
And we'll get deep real quick. And that's not to say that the military isn't a good path. I have a lot of respect for, you know, veterans and members of the military, being that my father has been in the military for 38 years.
Word.
And his second deployment to Iraq happened when I was in high school. And that was where I was like, I don't want this, because, you know, he had to do what he had to do, and I respect that a lot. But when you're actually like physically removed from your family, especially for like the age that I was at the time, being so young and fragile and wild, like I didn't have that father figure there for like a year. And like he did a great job of calling me and keeping up. But at the same time, it just like,
it's not the same.
I was like, and I don't want to put my family through that, like, personally. Which again, like I understand why people join the military. I have a lot of respect for my father for doing that, because it's harder to be away from your family in a war zone than it is to be away from your father at home. You know what I mean? They're both difficult, but you know, I respect him a lot for doing what he had to do. But that was the moment where I was like, nah, I can't do this. You know, all the stress it puts on your family and pressure and like all that stuff was just like, I can't do this. And so I decided to become a rapper.
It's so important.
Yeah.
It's so important. Family is important.
Yeah, absolutely.
You have to really give your children everything that you have.
Yeah, absolutely. And that being said, this is like kind of my goodbye to Connecticut interview, but so I might be a little emotional. It's been a really emotional week for me.
But you're only 2 hours away, my G.
I know, but it is still like...
It's life-changing. Anytime
I respect it. I respect it, though.
But I would like to say... rest in peace to my grandfather. Just passed 2 days ago.
Sorry to
He
hear
is
that.
89 years old. I appreciate that. Great man, lived a great life. 18 grandkids.
Wow.
5 or 6 children. I'm not gonna be able to get off the top of my head. You know, he's the reason I'm sitting here. And I would just like to say, you know, R.I.P. to him. And then put one little fun fact out there. He drilled a tiny hole in a metal piece that was put into the Apollo 13 spaceship.
Okay.
And so, you know, like, I just want people to know that. Like, so awesome guy. And like you said, family's important, so I always carry that legacy with me to, you know, push it. So, But like I said, it's going to be an emotional interview, so
and I want to say something to anyone who's listening. You may not always have that perfect mother, dad, or they're not actually present. You know, they might have a phone. You might get phone calls, but always embrace the family that you do have around.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, whatever you have is good.
Yeah, and even, you know, like I have family that I never met, I've never seen, like I have, or that we're not close enough where it's like, you know, some people be like, ride or die for your family. A couple of my cousins, if they came up to me, were like, yo, I'll be like, I'm good. I'm good. Like, but, you know, and also appreciate your friends that are your family, because I grew up in a real tight-knit crew of people that still to this day support me and like do whatever they can for me. I haven't had a car for 3 weeks, and like these people have just been driving me around.
That's love.
And it's like that, like some people are like, your friends are like more than your own family sometimes.
Yeah, it's like these, you know, these group of guys I've grown up with, and like they're literally like brothers to me. So it's like, you know, much love to them. Thank you to them if they're listening. You know, I appreciate you. But like my point is that always appreciate the love, like you said, that you do receive, because you know, end of the day, you don't know when either it'll be the last time you might see one of them, and you know, just to have that genuine feeling of letting someone know, like, listen, man, you really helped me.
You're appreciated.
Yeah, and I can't pay you back ever in the way that you helped me.
Right.
Like, there's nothing I can do to repay you, but just know from the bottom of my heart.
You all appreciate it.
Yeah,
like
you all appreciate it.
Mama. Yes.
Yeah, embrace the love that you have.
Yeah, absolutely.
They were put there for a reason.
Yep.
God's plan.
Yep.
And yo, if you guys got any questions for Dutch, the number here is 860-832-1077. We are 107.7 WSCS, New Britain, Harvard, The Edge. So, yeah, any questions, definitely don't be shy to call. Or if you're really that shy to call, what's your social media?
Everything is at Dutch the Dreamer. Now, that's not Josh. Everybody thinks I say my name is Josh. It's Dutch, like a Dutch. Like you go to the gas station, you put $1 on the counter, and you get a Dutch. That's Dutch the Dreamer. Yeah, that's where it is. I'll be like,
hold on, when do people say Josh?
All the time. I think it's because like I'm like the classic white boy looking dude. I'm like, yo, what's up? I'm Dutch. They're like, oh, nice to meet you, Josh. And I'm like, nah, that's not the one. But you know, it is what it is. It's funny. Like, yeah, I don't ever. I'm not a drama queen, so like I just laugh it off and correct them until they understand what my name is.
When I first met you, it was through
a talent showcase.
Okay, Shonda Davis. Yeah. And she's actually like one of the hosts like through the school year and whatnot. I would say around springtime, fall time and whatnot.
Oh, okay.
So she actually joined the show.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Her and my homeboy Trevor. Big shout out to Shandy's Road and big shout out to DJ Cruz, Trevor. They're doing a crazy internship going on right now. So they'll tell you more about it in the weeks to come and whatnot. But just had to shout them out real quick because they listen there live. But yeah,
they got us here, so
exactly. So my next question for you is, how far you want to go? Because the thing is, there's some artists where okay, I want to just travel, tour, make some money, and just keep performing. But do you see yourself getting into a little bit of like acting? Do you see yourself getting into heavy production when it comes down to like scores and all of that? Like, what is your future, Dutch?
Well, there's no way to pinpoint it.
Yeah.
Because like we said earlier, the path always changes. But
yes.
I'm here to, with lack of a better term, like, you might have to bleep this, to F up the world. Like, that's what I'm here for. Like, I've lived, like, by the standard of, like, you were put on this earth. Now, use your last dying breath and energy to do what you want to do and show people some amazing things. Like, I don't know, like one day you might see me acting, you might see me producing a television show, you might see me like running a podcast, you might see me getting ready to like scuba dive like on the deepest depths that you've ever seen, or one day you might see me disappear. Like I'm not even gonna lie, like by like age 50 I might just be like, alright, I made my money, I'm about to go buy a cabin in the middle of Alaska and you'll never hear from me again. Like I thrive for adventure, like because being, and you know from Aquarium it was about the mindset of feeling stuck.
Yes.
And getting out of that mindset is a huge breakthrough for me. Like, so now I'm just like let's go as far as we can. Like, why isn't there huge music hip hop festivals in Thailand? Like, why is it stuck to one thing? And recently, I was feeling like, I'm a rapper. I need to stick to being a rapper. But then I was like, nah, man, I'm a creative. I can do whatever I want to do. Like, I can do whatever my heart desires. I'm going to do it.
That's what I was about to say. Think about this. Mos Def is one of the most lyrical rappers of all time, but I feel like there's more people that know Mos Def as the actor.
Yeah, like literally.
LL Cool J, the actor.
Yeah, like a lot of people see them after, and then they find out that they did this way back in the day. Like,
there's some kids that truly think Ice Cube is that dude that just be like, are we there yet? We don't understand Ice Cube, NWA.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
hey, we're talking Ice Cube, Ice-T,
Yes.
even older.
Yeah.
People just think he's the cop on Law and Order.
Exactly.
They have no idea. Like, they have no idea. So yeah, I might just be that dude that owns a freaking, like, milkshake shack down in the middle of nowhere, and you have no idea what I did 50 years ago. Like,
Right.
I'll be like, you had no idea what I did back then. No. Like, but yeah, my whole thing is like, I'm just gonna go until the wheels fall off and there's nothing left in me.
Yeah.
Like,
I call it being free and expressive. Express yourself along the way.
yeah,
I
exactly.
can relate. I've done a couple of different things myself. So whatever comes, whatever you get into, you're free to do it. If you know, just go with the flow.
And I'm not gonna say I read this book recently, but I almost bought it, and I read like the first couple of pages. It's called "Take You with You." Is wherever you are, just make sure you're there,
Right.
Yes.
not some other personality,
Yes.
not that you're. Never stray from yourself. Like wherever you are, stand with your head and shoulders on right as yourself. So, do
And
that.
honestly, let me just drop something else, because we're in the age of social media and everybody's looking at everything. Like, in a sense, make sure, and this is for a lot of people on social media, because there's a lot of people that are going through depression, not happy with their life, whatever. Live your best life. Sometimes, and this sounds crazy for us being artists and promoters and whatnot, sometimes for a day, you just gotta shut it off.
Turn it off.
Just turn it
A day,
off.
a week, a
Yeah,
month.
just turn it off, just to recharge your batteries, just to get your mind off of it. It sounds crazy because we always want to go, we always got the next gig, whatever. But there are times where you just got to turn it off. That's why we have email.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
let it sit for a bit.
yeah.
You know what? And you're right. I think, especially for artists today and ones that are coming up now, because when I first started, it was a little different. The social media aspect wasn't as like prevalent yet. Was like, listen, man.
Did you come out when Twitter just first came out?
Close to it, like a couple years after. I remember back when Twitter was like not quite there yet. Like
So
I
you
was
were
on it,
around
but I was
when
like
the dying ages of MySpace.
MySpace, wow.
Yeah, a little bit. I would say more like the dying age of Facebook being purely
for colleges.
Yeah, like that's when I
yeah.
came out. I was on MySpace as a kid, but
yeah.
like for as far as like Facebook being like heavily, now it's like everything.
You know what I miss about MySpace though? You could play your song if you're an artist or something in the background.
That was the purpose. That was the purpose of MySpace for the artists.
When
for
it was originally a music site.
And then they just let all the other devils and on there,
and they were like top 8. Like let's talk about who's your best friends,
and then
make it a contest.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. There was a time I got yelled at by one of my homegirls, and she was like, "How come I'm not in your top 8? How come she's in your top 8?" I'm like, whoa,
it was stressful. It was stressful. You're sitting there, and you're like, all right, who do I pick? And then like someone's sitting there like, wow, all right, how it is then. You're like, oh my god, 8.
But listen, I gotta touch on this.
Oh,
and this ties into what Earl said about social media. Now, everyone's watching social media. So that's why everyone is so anal concerned about how they're being viewed, and they rely on people to like, and they rely on people's comments, and they rely on people's opinion. We don't need to do that.
No, we don't.
Like before we had Facebook and MySpace and Twitter and Instagram, and we had payphones outside.
Face-to-face
you wouldn't
conversation.
know who was at someone's house. You wouldn't know who was at the party. You wouldn't know.
Showed up.
You just showed up. You wouldn't know who's best friend. You know, so that's like.
Yeah, and I think that's super important nowadays, and I do think that a lot of the message has been getting out there that it's like, listen, man, this isn't it. Because like, I think if you're an artist now, say you just graduated high school, you're in high school, and you're like, I want to try out music, you're gonna go up on people like you know, you might see me or Snowpra or any Mike Flows, any of those people that are from Connecticut, and you'll be looking at them like, how did they get here? But what they don't know is like it took so
much
long.
effort,
Like,
yes.
and on top of that, it's like I'll have days I just turn my phone off and go for a walk. And I'm like, I don't want to feel the urge to check it. I just want to see what's going on around me for a little bit. Like, I've been doing that a lot lately, and especially in the studio.
And it's been a good balance.
Yeah,
It's like after your song is finished, recorded, mastered, all of that, then you just be like, okay, who messaged me?
Yeah.
Instead of
and you gotta learn how to focus. Like I have ADHD. Like I'm all over the place, but like I'm training myself to focus because like I've noticed when I do have my phone on in the studio, I'm writing, I'm looking, and then like I drift off. But when I don't have it on at all, I refuse to turn it on. Like I'm here and I'm in the moment, and all I care about is getting it done. On top of that, if you're in the studio with me, you better turn your phone off.
Exactly.
Like better, and you better not be taking any pictures or any photos or nothing.
And honestly, that's good work ethic right there. And also, once you wake up in the morning, before you even look at the thing, before you look at your phone,
Brush your
just
teeth.
yes.
Fact.
Wash yourself.
Just roll over, grab your
What I
phone.
was gonna say is say thank you. Just say thank you to God, the universe,
Yeah.
whatever
Whoever
your
it is,
religion
yeah.
is. Just say thank you for this breath. Just thank you.
Yeah,
I'm
like
gonna post that. Good morning. Brush your teeth before you log on to social media.
Exactly.
listen, I've been saying this for a minute, and you can check my Twitter. I say brush your teeth before you talk business.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's a fact. Like, and even in a dental form, like that's a fact because like if your breath stinks and you're talking business to me, I'm gonna be like, okay, the beat's good, but I gotta go. But the real meaning of it is like, be ready with yourself to talk
Exactly.
before you start talking because
Exactly.
you like energy and your body and your mind, like all that stuff matters. Like, and that's why we need to feed ourselves more than a minute clip on Twitter or a quick video or a Facebook post. Like, you need to indulge and work this. Like, it's a muscle, so you know you gotta work that so that when you are ready to go about your day, and if you run a business or a brand and represent yourself, people can see that you are on point and you're ready to go.
You've been studying the law of vibrations, law of attraction. You've been
Yeah,
studying.
yeah, a little bit.
I've been on it. I've been on it too, bro. I've been on it, yo.
Yeah, no, I made it. One of my goals this year was to read a lot more,
Yes.
and I've been reading like crazy, and I love it. Like,
And it does a lot.
yeah,
A lot
it's
for your
crazy.
brain, for your energy,
For your music. Yeah.
everything.
Okay, and if you're a rapper listening right now, read more books, you'll rap better. Like 500%.
Listen here. I bet you, 90% of the rappers that's out right now, not trying to judge anybody by, the way you mumble or certain set of tattoos on your face, but you could look at some of these mofos and you could be like, you know what, this blah 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 has not picked up a book in a while.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy.
Yeah,
But sometimes you can't judge a book by its cover.
No, and you're right.
Some of the most intelligent people have tattoos all over the place.
Right.
But there's some people, by the way they talk and the content of their words, their music, they haven't been reading no books.
Yeah, and like I think it's prevalent, like, because as an artist, when you start moving, you go to so many different showcases, you meet so many different artists, like you start to realize like there's a pattern. You can tell who listens to a lot of popular music and who really like indulges in the arts because excuse me. I have a certain set of words that like if your first verse, if they contain like 3 out of the 5, I'm good. Like if you say Zans, lean, poppin', twerk, or lit like enough times, I'm gonna be like, I'm good. Like I can hear this song from 12 different artists.
Exactly.
And then when you get up on,
that's the wave.
yeah,
right
and
now.
like, I get it. Like some people are like, they don't have that drive to be like, I want to make my own art and create this and they want to make music, which is cool. I don't have a problem with that. Like,
Right, because everybody
it's
has
fun.
to
Like,
have their own
if you're
lane
enjoying,
that they,
if you're enjoying yourself, enjoy yourself.
Right.
I'm not gonna be mad about that.
Right.
But what I will say is, if you're taking this serious, like you look at the artists that last.
Right.
Look at the ones that last. They're really saying something, and they're using words that you haven't heard before, and they're putting words together in a way that you haven't heard it, and there's a reason they're doing that, and it's because they're studying language. Like
J. Cole just came out.
Shout out to KOD. The album fire. But
He
anyways,
just dropped a single, and I don't know why I cannot remember the name, but it speaks about what you're talking about.
I know the one you're talking about, where he's speaking to like another rapper.
Yes,
Kind of,
and he's saying like,
oh, 1985.
Yeah,
he's
everybody
talking
just
about
Lil Pump.
how you're leading the youth
Yeah.
and how you're, he's saying
Yeah, and
it's
I
all
think
true.
Yeah, and like, cause I mean, like, if we're keeping it real, I don't know how much I can say this on air, but like, the reason I smoke weed is basically Wiz Khalifa. Like, the reason my generation is so like, yo, let's get tattoos and like, let's be everywhere, like, smoking weed, because Wiz Khalifa, like, and nothing wrong with that. Like, I think if anything, for me, like, it opened up my character to be comfortable with who I am in front of other people, because I've wanted tattoos. I wanted to be the little, PA kid, like, sitting there, smoking a little sun, everybody looking at me all like screw face and stuff. Like, that's who I was, and he made me comfortable with that. So with your own image, you need to show people that it's comfortable to be yourself, because like you said, when you're showing people, like, oh yeah, pop Zans, do lean, do this, do that, you're not showing them how to be yourself. Like, you're actually showing them the escape route. And now that's not to say that those, but real quick, let me get this thought out. Is that not that subject matter isn't important to understand too, because that's part of the story. Like, not saying that because you do Zans or lean or whatever drug it is that you prescribe to, doesn't make you a bad person or any less of a person. So I do think that side needs to be told, but there is another side to life that's outside of drugs that in music can be shown heavily, and that's the whole point.
And honestly, like, I feel like we're in a culture and society right now that there's a lot of deep rooted issues that people just want to run away from.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the thing is, dialogue, talking to somebody, and just getting that stuff off your chest is a way better vice than everything you just said. Basically everything that you could buy from CVS, Rite Aid, Walgreens, like, and you're mixing it with alcohol. That's insane, bro.
Yeah, man.
That's
Listen,
insane.
I've had friends OD. I've had peers OD. I've seen some of my favorite artists OD, and like, it's just sad. Like, and you know what? Rest in peace to Lil Peep. I know a lot of people hear the name Lil and Peep and just immediately wrote the dude off. If you listen to his music, he was speaking to a lot of people that really needed that voice. That needed someone to say, like, yes, we are doing drugs. Like, it's not like, we're not just gonna shy away from the fact. We're not just gonna like be like, oh, we're not doing that. Like, he was putting it out there.
True, because people in the professional white collar world do drugs.
Yeah. Oh my God.
And they come to work. And they come to work.
Don't you understand the Wolf of Wall Street?
And we're talking about doctors and nurses and lawyers.
Everybody.
And they're pointing the finger at you, but behind closed doors,
I think it's crazy. The older I've gotten, the more I realize how many people do drugs.
The older you
it's
get,
crazy.
the more you're gonna realize how crazy this world really is.
Yeah, absolutely. But
no more Alice Wonderland over there.
No, it still is that. That's the thing. I think you realize it's closer to this than we actually think. We think this is the imagination as a kid, and then you get there and you meet people like these characters, and you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
I agree. Like, there's a hidden message in all those cartoons.
Yeah, absolutely.
I agree.
But bringing it back to Lil Peep, he was very vocal about his drug use, but he never said it in a way that was like, yeah, dude, you should do it too. Like, never ever did that. And then when I got up on Facebook and the news broke that he had passed, like, the way people were talking about him just made me feel terrible. Because they're like, who cares if another one of these little guys died, whatever, he deserved it, this, that. And it's just like, yo, this is a human being.
Yeah.
Like, and if you listen to his music, you probably feel that deep down. Like, you're like, man, like, this kid was talented.
How did he pass?
He OD'd on Xanax. It was laced with fentanyl.
Same thing with XXX.
Yeah.
Like, he got shot. Like, he needed to get out the hood.
He was a voice. He was a huge voice for the youth, and he expressed his ups and his downs, his changes and turnarounds.
And those artists are valuable.
They're so valuable, and they're so real. People look at me like, why do you care? Like, because I'm an adult. I have children.
Yeah.
That dude was only
20 years old.
20.
And even I can relate to some of the things that he was saying. I'm a mother.
Yeah.
He was somebody's son. you know, and they don't listen to his lyrics. And
I think one of the big conversations with it too was like he had obviously had a troubled past where he had a lot of allegations against him,
right.
you know, that had to do with, I think it was assaulting a pregnant woman, which
robbery.
Yeah, and
he grew up right where I grew up in Plantation, Florida.
Okay, so you know, and now here's the thing. It's like, again, why hide it? Because people have when you're young, you have demons. Like, it just is what it is. You do things that you shouldn't have done.
Yes.
And you know, just because of that, I don't think that he didn't, one, deserve to live, or two, deserve to make music and what was going on to him, because he was actively trying to make a difference. And I'm not even gonna lie, man, I shed a little tear when he passed, and I found out the way it happened, because in one of his songs, he says, "I hate going outside, I don't want to get caught in traffic." And that's exactly what happened. And it just, like, in that moment was like, man, this kid really, he was 20 years old, he was smart, he understood something in the universe, and unfortunately.
He also had a troubled past from his childhood with his mother. And it stems from that, you know, we all need to be loved and cared for, and he always expressed he never had that.
Yeah, if you don't receive that, you're not gonna know how to give it out.
Exactly.
And then another point I'll make on that note is instead of going online and bashing this kid, or just saying RIP, or like whatever,
do your research, I would say.
Do your research, but on top of that, go say hello to that kid you see on your street.
Yeah.
You know, I'm older. I see these kids that were my age. I see them skateboarding now, doing the same thing. I'll just, hey, what's up? You know, like, you do a kickflip, because you don't know what they could be going through, and that one little positive experience can make a huge difference. I remember when I was skateboarding, everybody hated us because we would show up to your property and like tear it up and like be, you know, belligerent young kids throwing beer bottles around, smoking cigarettes, like being bad kids. But the one time I remember, we were skating at this Chinese food place. This Jamaican dude named Sky came up, and he was one of the most friendliest, most supportive people I've ever met. And we only talked to him for 30 minutes. And I'll still remember the conversation was about how back when he was younger in Jamaica, he was blind. You can tell he was blind.
Yeah.
He was a gymnast.
Yeah.
And he was telling about how every day he would go out and just try harder and try harder and try harder. And he's like, eventually one day I got to do a really big contest, and you know, I just tried. I didn't win, but I got there. And you know, he's like, and just keep trying. He's like, if you fall down when you do your trick, get back up and do it again. Like, and that, it really does make a difference when you have someone that's a little bit older than you just come and be like, yo, it's cool. Like, keep trying, because that could, like I said, that could mean the world to that person. Like, you don't know. Like, cause there was, when I was younger, around 17, 18, I was going through severe depression, and I had suicidal thoughts all the time. Like, I will be completely honest. I can't believe I'm being so honest in an interview. You can ask her. I'm normally like shelled up, but like, I was having these deep, like, depressive thoughts, and like about hurting myself, and like, it would be the random people like that, like, your friends don't know, your friends hit you up, you don't bother me. It would be like the random people that you
Let me
run
ask you a
into.
question. Why did you have those thoughts?
You know,
Was it bullying? Was it criticism at school? Was it not having understanding from your parents, or not being able to express yourself the way you wanted? Because you know, us as parents would be like, no, you can't wear that, wear this.
Yeah.
Don't do this, don't do that. And it bothers the youth, it bothers you.
Yeah, I mean, to pinpoint it, I really don't know. I can't put it exactly, but what I will say is, while my father was in Iraq, my mom worked as a night shift nurse. So that means dad's gone, mom's sleeping during the day. Who's gonna be there to
talk,
entertain, and take you out and do stuff?
It's gonna be me. And at the time, my older brother was living in Baltimore, and my older sister was so involved in sports, she was never around. So I had basically me, and like, being a 16-year-old teenager when nobody's at the house, what are you gonna do? You're gonna smoke some weed, you're gonna drink, you might try some pills, you might do all this type of stuff, because I didn't have someone to just hang out with me as like a role model in that period of time when, like, I think it was my junior year, was like that period of time of just like, that's when you get around those things and you're first introduced to those things. So to not have like that, like, oh, I gotta duck down and sneak out and try and do this stuff, like,
you actually had the ability to just do it.
Just do it. So it was like, whatever. But and then when my dad got back, he was different. I was different. Like the whole vibe of our house was different. 2 weeks after he got back, a really good friend of mine got murdered, like in cold blood. And rest in peace to Sean. Like, we weren't best friends, but he was a kid in school that I saw every day, joked with every day, and he got shot. And
this happened in your hometown?
No, this happened in the Bronx. He went to the Bronx to visit his father, and within the first 10 hours of him being there, he got shot. Mistaken identity.
Wow.
And that hit me. Yeah, and again in the Bronx, and that. Being 16, like I had already lost a cousin to a car accident, a drunk driving accident. A month after that happened, one of my best friends growing up, Sam, passed from cancer. Like being 16 and experiencing all those emotions that normally are kind of spread out, and you get to deal with them one at a time.
But it just happened back to back.
All right there. So then, like, I just started looking at myself, like, what's the point? Like, because on top of that, I wasn't doing good in school. I knew I wasn't gonna be able to go to college. I knew I wasn't gonna be able to get a job. Like, I had a bad behavior record. I was on contracts with the school. I was good, but I got in a mix up with the police. Like, I was just doing
time out. With all of that you've been through, you still a rising star. You still making things happen. You still about to make your dream pop. Like,
I mean,
doing
it's
it.
hope, but
No, you're doing it. You're doing it.
It came from that stuff, though.
Yeah.
Being able to experience all of that, and then, like, still, in the end of the day, like, just have that little bit of energy, like, okay, there's tomorrow. Yeah. Like, that energy that kept getting bigger. The negative energy kept shrinking, and the positive energy kept getting bigger. The more I pursued music, the happier I was. The better decisions I started making, the more I was like, you want to go hang out, whatever, with these people, that I know aren't going to do anything good, or, you want to come to the studio, go to the studio.
Music saves lives, literally. Music saves people's, like, everything. Like, this is why we're here, because,
can help a lot of people that are going through what you're going through, what you have gone through.
And I hope it does, man, because, like, again, everybody's story is different.
Yeah.
Not everybody's going to have that exact same thing, and I didn't have it the worst. Like, don't ever let me, like, let people be fooled. Like, I understand. I had a great childhood. Like, but things
you gotta
happen.
understand, it doesn't matter how much money you have, what big house you live in. Those feelings, that boredom that you had experienced, everyone experiences that.
Yeah.
In some shape or form. And everyone can. You'd be surprised how many people can relate to your situation.
Yeah, and I think I am genuinely surprised sometimes when people come up and are like, "Hey, man, listen, like." Because that's what blows my mind is when I get an email from a kid from my hometown or wherever they may be from, and they're like, yo, man, like, I just want to say thank you. Because, to them, they're probably kind of like, oh, man, I don't know how he's going to feel about this. To me, I'm like, oh, man, thank me? Like, no, thank you. Because it's just, like, it's crazy. Life is crazy. Like I said when I first walked in, like, life is crazy. It never stops. It keeps going. And, like, once you start putting your energy towards positive energy, more of it will come. Because if I wasn't making music, I have no idea what I'd be doing right now. I probably have like 5 kids at age 21, like, you know what I mean? Like, and just not doing anything good. Like, and just music.
Because music, in a sense, gave you something to concentrate on. And a lot of times with us as dudes, when we have something positive to concentrate on, we can do wonders. When we don't have nothing to concentrate on, we all over the place. Just leave it as that.
And like I had literally, like, I had gotten kicked off of, or like dismissed from everything positive I had going in my life, or gave up on it. I gave up skateboarding because I started smoking weed. I got kicked off the soccer team and off the athletic board in my school because I got in a fight on a field. That was my fault. So it was like I didn't have anything active going on. Like all I wanted to do was smoke weed and not care about anything. That's all I wanted to do.
I think a lot of us went through that stage in our youth,
But it's hard to get out of that sometimes. And I think that's where like I kind of try and represent people in my music is like the people who is like it's hard to get away from that feeling like of like these drugs aren't the same. Like, you know what I mean? You get to a point where it's like, I used to think going to a club with ecstasy and Molly and girls all around. It was lit. And now I look at it and I'm like, oh good. Like, because like,
you know what's crazy? Like, some of my best moments is just chilling on the porch, pulling out my friends, because I'm always out. So when I have a day off, I just want to just do simple stuff like probably shoot pool.
Yeah,
like,
man.
You had to have experienced that.
Yeah.
I'm from Florida. Can you imagine? It was a party all the time, especially in high school.
Yeah.
And you kind of have to get that out of your system. I think every kid, every college kid has to live off the edge a little bit.
Yeah.
So you kind of know what you want to do.
Yeah.
And you know how to regroup. You know?
Yeah.
So it's a process. You don't trust the process, like they say. It's something you had to go through.
And like for anybody that might feel like they're in that right now and that they need to, get out of that, it's like just try something. Even if you don't like it at first, like pick up a tennis racket, go for it.
Just letting the people know you listening to 107.7 WFCS New Britain Hartford. We are going in deep with Dusty. Honestly, we keep it real true. I know you said you had a certain time limit.
Oh, whatever.
So what I'll say is, let's jump into the freestyle session.
Okay, real quick, before we do that, let's talk about this A3C contest real quick.
Hold on, let me switch.
Yeah, because I need all the support I can get right now.
Hold on real quick, let me switch to be Ameerah, Cleara, talk to people real quick about social media.
Social media. No, but honestly, like what you're expressing today needs to be on social media.
Yeah.
For the kids that are watching.
Can't realize it.
Not always the negativity. Even I have trouble sometimes putting up all positive posts because people vent on Facebook, people express themselves on Facebook, but you never know who you're affecting.
Yeah.
Who you're inspiring. And who you're upsetting.
Yeah. No, honestly, yeah.
So it's important. And one thing I wanted to mention earlier in the conversation about XXX is that you realize that his last video, Sad, at the end, when he was physically fighting his own self, that was his negative self. But at the end when he started doing it with his mind, when he used his hand to throw himself against the wall, and he used his hand to throw himself, that is a lesson.
You get it, yes.
Yes, to people that your mind controls everything.
Yeah.
You control your mind.
Yep.
You don't have to let the negativity in, and you don't have to put it out there. You are your own power.
Yep.
And I really expressed that to my son. I'm like, do you understand what he's doing in this video? Because my son loves him.
Oh, yeah.
I love him,
Yeah.
And we as adults struggle with that today. And that kid was only 20.
Yeah.
So it's like, it doesn't matter how old you are. It's about your mind.
Yeah.
And what your mind has accomplished and understood is how old your mind is.
Yep. Absolutely. I'm glad you put that. I'm glad you said it too, because that's how I was feeling about the video. I was like, because when he's trying to fight his past, like with his fist, he's losing.
Right.
And then he just realizes like he can just use his energy
and his mind
to stop all that negative stuff from coming in. So yeah, man. Rest in peace, X, man. Like, definitely gonna be missed, but definitely won't be forgotten.
I'm just glad he left that message behind.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, whatever you're thinking on your mind, acapella, you want me to drop a beat, what you thinking?
Well, real quick, let me just get that drop to the A3C.
Yes.
Because, alright, so, for everybody that doesn't know, I got selected, 8 Connecticut artists got selected to be in this contest to get on the A3C stage, which is all 3 coasts, and it's a strictly hip-hop festival.
Yeah.
We were blessed enough to be selected for the contest. I know a lot of people submitted. What I need everybody to do is go up to my Instagram, which is @DutchTheDreamer. No spaces, no anything special. It is Dutch the Dreamer, and go like my last video post, because every like is a vote. And that video, I try to tell the story of starting when you have 10 people in the crowd to when you have a couple thousand. So, please go like that. If you do, I'll be forever indebted to you, and I promise I won't disappoint you. But I want to be on that A3C stage. I want to be in Atlanta representing Connecticut heavy. So please go vote for me.
Y'all heard the word.
Yeah.
Dutch the Dreamer.
It's that easy. You just gotta go to your Instagram. First, you gotta open up your phone. First, you gotta
go to your
ignore
search
the
bar.
message from everybody else.
That's your dreamer, you guys. He's in the house. Make sure you go to his page, like,
Yes, please do.
support.
I want to be down there. I want to be in Atlanta doing what I love. So
That's what's up.
please get me there.
Well, I'll be in Atlanta in August.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my son is moving down there.
Oh yeah, Atlanta's beautiful.
Yeah,
Unheard.
they
I've never
say
been.
that.
I've never been, but they have a really cool aquarium there, so I really want to check it out.
I got a couple of family members that live down there too. They say it's
Nice. I really love Atlanta. Like I've never heard anybody be like, "Oh, screw Atlanta." Like,
I just can't be in the heat that long, and I'm from Florida. Like the heat.
I mean, it was like 100 here last week, so.
So
Yes.
that's the latest video right there.
Latest video, the last
Alright,
post.
so you go on Instagram, you go to that
There we
last
go.
video, and what you do is you just do this. Just hit like, and you just voted for him. That's it.
Please
It's
do
simple.
it.
Simple.
Please do
Simple. That's it.
it. Thank you.
Woohoo!
Thank you. That's one more
I will
vote.
be sure to like to. Make
Thank you,
sure
I appreciate
I hope
that.
that you do make it down
Yeah,
there.
if we don't make it, it's all good because I know Connecticut has a lot of talent, and I won't be upset. I'm just glad Connecticut's being represented, down there. If Snowbird gets it, I won't be mad because.
Oh, she's in it too?
Yeah, listen.
Okay,
listen.
okay.
I was in Madison, Connecticut last week,
Yeah.
which if you know Madison.
I was there Saturday.
Okay, I was there Friday. So
Okay.
all right.
Oh,
So
excuse me, Sunday.
okay, so I went to a house party down there. And I'm talking like this is rich suburban white kids. Like
Okay.
let's just be real. And they put on Snowbird.
Yeah.
And they tried to start doing the dance. They tried to start dumbing out. And I was like, all right, y'all need to hold up. I was like, 'cause you're not doing it right.
Yeah.
So
You bust the move.
Yeah, I tried to. I can't do it that good, but I tried to. I tried to put my best representation out there.
Word,
So
word.
no hate to any of the other artists in the
Yeah.
contest. Good luck to all of them with the contest and their careers. Like I said, I'm just glad that Connecticut's being represented on a big stage. Like
So
that.
again, it's the best 8.
It's the best 8 artists that submitted.
Yes.
And then whoever gets the most likes, there's gonna be a top 3 category. So if I get in the top 3, that'd be awesome. And then it's just between those 3 that you actually have to vote through the network, which is the Yup Network and
Okay.
Rita Simone, who are hosting this contest.
Yes.
And then if I get in that top 3 spot, that's all I ask. Just get me there to the top 3.
Top
Like,
3.
Absolutely.
That's it.
Now, where is this show going to take place?
Atlanta.
In Atlanta?
Yeah, so A3C is like it's the one strictly hip hop music festival that we have that's on like a national scale.
Okay.
Because it's only upcoming hip hop with some big acts, because now all these music festivals, they've been so saturated with the pay to play and you can buy on your stage, you can do all that stuff. This is the only festival where they pick who's coming, and you don't have to be the biggest artist to get there. You just have to be talented and dope.
Yes.
So it's when there's something like that happening, you want to be involved. And that's why everybody wants to be on A3C, is because it's based off of talent. Because I'm just so tired of getting the $2,000 and you get to open up for. I'm good. No, I don't want that. I want to be on a stage
You want to earn it. You want to be wanted.
Yeah, because there's 100 people saying, "Oh, I'm not going to that concert that night because I'm going to this kid's concert."
Right.
That's what I want. I don't want any of that fake. I don't want to buy my hustle. I want to sell my hustle.
It's like on some Bryson Tiller tip from years ago, because years ago he came to, I want to say, what's that joint called? Toast Place in New Haven.
Yep.
And it's back then I'm who's Bryson Tiller? And why is he selling out 2 days in a row? Who is this person?
Yeah.
And then we learned who Bryson Tiller is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and every art, focus on your fans. And your
Exactly.
supporters first.
Exactly.
All that other stuff doesn't matter.
Because with every artist, you have your core fan base. As long as you have your core fan base, no matter what other entities are going on, you're always going to be able to do a show.
Yeah, because they're gonna like your stuff. It's
Exactly.
these overnight successes. The reason why they're overnight is they're gone the next day is because it's they're not an artist, they're a song.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's and that's why I think, again, shout out to Snowbird. She's done a great job with it, because that song is her. She's not the song.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's not
because she has other stuff that we don't even know about.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and you also know Chill Trump. It's the production. She had put it like this: the correct team is around.
Yeah,
the correct
absolutely.
team.
And with the correct team, you don't need to pay World Star $5,000 to get your video on there. Like with the correct team.
That's what people be doing.
Hey, listen, man. I don't know. All I know is like
They say that.
I meet with so many young artists nowadays.
Yeah.
Like, and I know I'm young myself, but like whenever there's somebody that's younger than me and is like trying to, like, I see them, I'll just hit them up, be like, yo, come kick it. And their whole mentality nowadays is like, oh, I'm gonna put 200 here, 400 here. I'm like, bro, you are going broke. Like, you just make something dope and people will put, like, they will like it.
I agree with you, but I'm gonna say that today in the industry, people do pay to get their songs played or to get, and you know, they say it's a part of the hustle, it's a part of the industry, and I agree to a little bit. I more so agree with you because I feel like be yourself and earn your platform. Don't pay to get a platform.
Yeah, like
what I want to add on to that is your dopeness will get you anywhere without paying no money. Like for that type of platform.
Yeah.
Of course you gotta pay money for other stuff, equipment, da 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 da.
Yeah.
For that, for play.
Like don't get me wrong. Like certain
exposure.
services you do need to pay for.
Yes.
Like don't get me wrong on that. But like when you see these like fly by overnight operations that all of a sudden they got some huge artist coming, and you can pay $4,000 to open for them, or it's like some contest that you pay $200 for, and you might like. Don't worry, because I did that a lot. When I was younger, like I was getting hustled by promoters out here. Like, yeah, we doing a show, French Montana's coming, $300. Like, oh, and I'm like, all right, I got 300.
Just because you want to be on the same platform as
without realizing that whole time, those 4 people that were rocking with me back then, I could have turned them into 8. I could have turned 8 into 16, 16 to 32. I could have kept going with them, strictly off of them.
You're 24.
Yeah.
You're 24. You still have so much.
But believe me, that's what we're doing now. Yes. Like, if anybody's noticed, like, I don't have as many shows as I did 2 years ago because I'm refusing when people are like, all right, well, it's 200 for the stage. I'm like, I'm good. Like, not knocking your hustle. You do what you do, but I'm going to bring my people. I'm going to bring my supporters, and we're going to go hard. We're going to make this a great show. And that's what I'm being hired to do. That's what I see myself as a performer is like, I'm not gonna pay to put my talents out there on a stage unless it's my stage. Like if I pay for the venue, then I'll do it. But like, I want to put on a great show. I want you leaving this venue shaking like, oh my God, that was so good. I want you to feel like how I felt when I saw Kid Cudi for the first time. Like I walked out of there like I want to change the world. Like so, like that's what I want to do for people. So yeah, I don't slack when it comes to that stuff. So
even social media will charge you.
Yeah.
You want to boost your content? I have a fan makeup page on Instagram. Oh, we love your content. Pay for this, and we'll boost your. I don't want to do it.
I get it all the time. I get it day in and day out.
But as soon as someone acknowledges you that has a higher platform and they put you out there and you make that hit single, all those likes will come. All that traffic will come.
Yeah, and like
I don't have to pay for fake traffic.
On top of that too is like people think that having 5,000 followers and getting 5,000 likes is a great thing.
Yeah.
But then there's a small artist out there that has 200 followers, but every 200 of those followers is buying your CDs, buying your merch, going to your shows. I would rather have that than 10,000 to 20,000 many followers that don't care.
Right.
Like, and anybody that's listening today that is gonna jump up on my social media, talk to me. I'm not the type of person that's on social media to be socially awkward.
Right.
Like,
that's how I get. Like, people on social media be like, yo, hit me up, you want to do business, and then when you actually hit them up, it's like, you hit me up? What's going on?
Yeah, and like, don't get me wrong, I was kind of like that at first. Like, I was having people hit me up, and I was like, I don't know you. Like, I still have that East Coast mentality. Like, I'm not like the most open person, but like I've learned like that if you just hit me up, like I'm not gonna be mean. I'm gonna ask you because if you're a supporter of mine, I want to know who you are. I want to know what you're doing in your life. I want to know what makes you happy. Like I don't just care about me. Like I care about my people. So if you're jumping on board, listen, I care about you. Like
I'm glad you said that East Coast mentality. I don't know you because down south. It's not like that.
Listen,
and when I came here, people were like cold. They're still cold.
Yeah, we are, man.
Just as we're walking by, what up, good morning. They'll walk straight past me.
Well, listen, my first time on like a big tour, well, I went to Colorado, And like when we landed in the airport, I had no idea where we were going. It was just me and my boy, two East Coast kids. Like we have no idea where we're going. We're trying to find a car rental place, and we're like looking around and stuff. Some guy comes up and he's like, "Hey, what are you guys looking for?" And I'm like, "He doesn't have a uniform on, none of that." I'm just looking at him like, "Well, what do you want to know that for?" And he's like, so I was like, "Oh, we're looking for the Enterprise car rental." He's like, "Oh yeah, follow me, I'll take you there." And that's the guy, you know? And I'm like, oh, and then like everywhere we were going, like
the East Coast is crazy because you can go anywhere. Like last summer I went to Puerto Rico and I wanted to know, okay, where's the best spot for like snapper? I love fish.
Okay.
And random people was just like, yo, come here, and then also I googled it and the person was being real with me, like, it's like, the best fish.
Yeah, like.
But you gotta be careful. I'm gonna tell you something.
Absolutely.
It saves you sometimes. Yeah. It saves you.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like at the same time, like
I don't want to get caught in traffic. A lot of people are friendly, hey, but you don't really know
so,
who's there to harm you.
Yeah, and like so you know, again, like I'm not saying be totally like.
To a minimum.
Yeah, like, cause like I still keep that East Coast chip on me where I'm like, all right, like I gotta read you before I like really get down with you. But like, if you genuinely hit me up on my social media and are interested in my music, I'm not gonna be cold to you. Like I'm gonna talk to you. Like, you know what I mean? I'm almost like we gotta organize it. But my boy Anthony Foy, who supports me for years now, like I'm gonna go on a hike with him. Just go hang out with him and his dogs, just because it's like he's been hitting me up forever. Like, yo, I love your music. You're gonna make it, like all this stuff, and I'm like, I gotta hang out with you, like. So yeah, just be careful.
Eminem spoke about those things.
Yo, we're losing time. We gotta get this man on the freestyle session.
Yeah. Let's move on to that. Now I'm feeling.
My phone is out of control right now. Just out of control. Anyways, but yo. So let's start off with a quick acapella, and then I'm gonna figure out what I'm about to do beat-wise.
All right, can I get the headphones down just a tiny bit? The acapella.
Yeah, I had to take one ear out.
All right, you know what? That's it. I'm getting full energy today.